What is up, people? Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel here with another video on Conan Exiles. In today's video, I'm going to go through the 8 DLCs that have come out for Conan Exiles and give you my opinions of all 8 and how they rank. I'm going to base the ranking on what their building pieces are like, what their armor is like, their placeables, what weapons they have and how they kind of look in my opinion, and then what do they provide special that makes it worth the purchase. In addition to this, I'm also doing a giveaway, so if you guys can leave in the comments what you think is the best DLC and why, I have, I think, 7 keys for Riders of Hyboria DLC that I can give away. So just all you got to do to enter is to basically put a comment on this video, tell me what your favorite DLC is and why, and then I'll go through and I'll pick out some winners. So let's get started here, and we'll start with the worst and work our way to the best. So number 8 on my list of ranking it from worst to best is going to be the debaucheries of Derketo. And the reason why I'm ranking this so low is I just don't feel like this was worth the money. I feel like this was rushed. I know that of all of my rankings, this probably is going to be the most controversial, where people are going to disagree with me ranking this as the worst DLC. And the reason I'm ranking it as the worst DLC is when you look at it from the building pieces. There's only really 10 different types of building pieces. You got 20 armor pieces, you got 29 placeables. There are no weapons with this one. And then you have 6 different things that are, you know, it's unique and with the chessboard and with the chess pieces. With this, you have in jewelry that didn't exist before. You have in rope bridges, but they don't really function that well, in my opinion. So overall, if I had to rank this DLC, it would be number 8 on my list. And it's for the reasons I just said. If you're not interested in a stage for your dancers and you're not interested in a bar theme, the rope bridges are cool, but they're not cool enough that you can make these really long rope bridges that look really cool, that are worth it. So to be honest, when you look at the building pieces, the clothing, the armor, no weapons, the war paints, I think there's 6 war paints, you come to realize that what you're paying for, unless you're really big into the RP, which a lot of people are, or you like looking at half-naked chicks in jewelry or half-naked guys in jewelry, this is just not worth the money, in my opinion. Number 7 on my list is going to be the Imperial East Pak, better known as the Conan pack. So this is one of the first packs that came out. This is the first pack that came out. It came out in June of 2018. And with this pack, you got 39 building pieces. You got 15 different armors, so 5 light, 5 heavy, 5 medium. You got 25 placeables. So back when this came out, placeables were a big thing in the game. You got 9 weapon skins because katanas didn't exist and two-handers didn't exist, two-handed axes and all that didn't exist. It had the 9 basic weapons. And you got 5 war paints, which was a standard pack. There was nothing else special about this pack because it was the first one. So when you look at this pack in comparison to some of the others, since this was the first, you really have to like the building style that you're going for. You have to like the placeables that they're offering you, and you have to like the weapon skins. So when you take a look at the building and how it looks, the wood feel, and you look at the weapons and the armor, there's not a lot about this that says, wow, this is so unique that I want to pay $10 for it. It's an okay pack, and if you're into this style, then I would say go for it. But to me, the only real cool part about it is I really like the foundations in this. Some of the armor and some of the weapons are okay. They're not the best, they're not the worst. The placeables, there's really nothing in the placeables that I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I need to have that in my house. I mean, there's some rugs and there's some hanging, tapestries. But at the end of the day, there wasn't enough about this that said, hey, spend $10 on me. So that's why this is in the number 7 spot in my ranking. Okay, coming at number 6 is going to be the Savage Frontier Pack, also known as the Pictish DLC. Very much so a tribal type DLC focused on very tribal looking weapons, armor, and the look of the building pieces. It comes with 39 building pieces, 15 armor, but this one does not have any placeables. This was the first DLC they didn't put placeables in. And basically the reason why is they put in pets during this pack, so pet skins took over where the placeables were. You still have 9 different weapon types, you still have the 5 different war paints, but the gimmick to this was there were certain pets like bears and the ostrich looking things, and that you could have a special different skin for those pets. I really like the spiky look of the roof on this particular DLC. But minus that, the other pieces of the building, like the walls are pretty cool. I have to admit, some of the walls are cool, and I like when they do some design on the inside and the outside. But when you look at, there are 0 placeables for this DLC, and unless you want a specific skin for your certain pets, like only the pets that you have skins for, it just doesn't feel like it's worth the money to me to buy this, just what you're given. I don't really like the armor and weapons because I'm not really into the tribal looking, skull and bone type feathers, armor look, like the big bear pelt, that kind of look. So that's why I put this in at the number 6 position. Other people may argue this should have been ranked higher, but this is where I felt this is in my ranking, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. Okay, coming in at number 5 is going to be the Seeker of Dawn pack. This is also known as the Yamatai, I think is how it's pronounced. Yamatai. I don't know. You can correct me. Most people do. But this is very similar to the Imperial East, where it's a very Oriental, old Orient looking style. The walls are white. The roofs are these tiled roofs, roofs as some people would call it. And when you look at this DLC compared to the others, the reason why I rank it higher than some of the other ones is because I really like a lot of the weapon and the armors in this. That's the only reason why it's ranked higher. This is almost identical to the Savage Frontier, where you get 15 armor, you get no placeables, but this is also when the katana got put into the game, so you have a little bit more options on the weapon side than you did with the other ones where you had 9 weapon skins. This one you have 12. You still get 5 war paints, and then addition, you get, just like with the Savage Frontier, very specific animals. You get skins for those types of animals. So you get 5 different animal skins that you can use. So again, if you're not into this style of building pieces and you don't want skins for these particular animals, this might not be the pack for you. I really like the roof design, and I really like the weapons and some of the armors, and that's why I ranked this in the number 5 spot. Other than that, I feel like you can argue that this could be ranked lower, but that is the reason why I put it where I did. Okay, coming at number 4 is the most recent DLC. Just came out this December of 2019. And this whole DLC was around the horses and the mounts. And so the whole building theme to this is solely based on stable type, building stables, a farm, you got hay, you got wagons and all that. There's only 15 building pieces. There are 14 placeables in this, but they are very much so themed around a stable. On top of that, you get your 11. You have 11 weapon skins that come with this. There's no war paint with this, but there are a couple things about this DLC that ranks it in the number 4 spot. The main thing to me is this is the only DLC that gets you a black and a white horse. So because horses are going to be so prevalent going forward, the ability to be riding on a black stallion or a white stallion versus the normal colored horses you get in the base game almost makes it worth buying this. In addition to that, you also get 6 saddles that you don't get in the rest of the game. So basically, there are 6 costumes, I would say, for your horses that are unique to this DLC that you can't get anywhere else. So If you exclude the building pieces and you solely focus on the saddles, the fact that you can have a black and white horse, that enough to me is worth paying for this DLC, and that's why I ranked it so high. In addition, there are different armors and weapons that are pretty cool in the skins, but that is why I would buy this DLC, is mainly for the saddles and the black and white horse. All right, coming in at number 3 is going to be the Blood and Sand DLC. This DLC came out in September of 2019, so it's one of the newer DLCs. And this DLC is 100% focused on an arena style and a dungeon vault style type building. This is the only DLC where you can get floor pieces that you can actually make more of a bowl type, so you can make almost like an arena. And also it's very good for like a jail, prison cell, vault type building. I feel like the building pieces are very cool. They're very medieval to me. I feel like the style and the art style is really good with this set. You get 29 building pieces with this. You get 15 armors. You also get 15 placeables in this one. You get 19 different weapon choices. No war paints or anything like that, but you also get the ability to build yourself an arena, a prison, a vault. You have like these gate doors that are like prison gate doors. Everything about this, to me, screams fantastic. The weapon skins are cool. They're not the best, but I really do enjoy them. But the uniqueness of being able to build an actual arena style, dungeon style, dark, dingy dungeon type, I just feel like this is a unique set that would fit this Conan Exiles world and be really cool underneath like the main structure of your building. So you basically have your main building, and then you go down to the depths of that, and then you have this underground structure with this type of building material and these doors. So I really like this DLC a lot, and that's why I rank this as number 3 on my list. Okay, people, we're at number 2. Number 2 was hard for me. I could have ranked this number 1, but this is going to be the Treasures of Terron, the Terranian DLC. The reason why I ranked this number 2 is I liked one other DLC a little bit better, and by this point, you should probably guess what that is. I feel like this DLC, the building and the intricate design on the building pieces is one of the coolest building pieces design of any of the other DLCs. From the walls to the floor to the pillars to the ceiling, like I just really love the art style that they did with this DLC. It just really flows. With this DLC, you get 39 building pieces, you get 15 armor, you get 10 placeables, you get 9 weapon skins, you get 5 war paints, and then you get 2 really unique features about this, which is you can make an elephant or a rhino into like a pack animal where you can throw a pack on them, and they look like they're a caravan animal that you can't get with any other DLC or in the base game. So just being able to have that caravan type rhino and elephant is good enough. But with all the cool building pieces with this and the design, I really like this DLC. Almost my favorite, and it almost was going to be number 1 on my list. The placeables in this one are okay, and that's why it really didn't hit number 1 to me. But I feel like this DLC and the Blood and Sand DLC, they had the longest amount of time in between them. Like this came out 5 months after the Seekers of the Dawn, and the Blood and Sand came out like 5 months after this. And that's why I feel Blood and Sand and this one were probably 2 of the better DLCs that Conan Exiles came out with. So absolutely my second favorite, probably my favorite when it comes to the building materials, but just isn't number 1 on my list. But number 1 is coming right now. Okay, if you've been paying attention, you know that number 1 on my list of DLCs is the Jewel of the West DLC, also known as the Aquilonian DLC. This DLC is one of the original. It's the second one that came out. It has 39 building pieces, 15 armor, 25 placeables, 9 weapon skins, 5 war paints. There's no gimmicks to this. There's no special pets. There's no horses. There's no pack. It's just probably the best well-done building pieces I've ever seen of all of them. All the pieces from the walls to the pillars to the foundations. It's just a really beautiful set of building pieces. And the placeables, in my opinion, are the best placeables in the game from any DLC. They have these cool big tables. They have big statues. They have these big braziers, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they're brawls or if they hold, flames. But the weapon skins are great. The war paint is great. There's just everything about this DLC. If I was like, hey, you got $10 and you want to buy one, I would recommend this over everything else. And I'm not alone here. This was ranked #1 on the forums that they're currently asking what your favorite DLCs is. This is #1 on the forums as well. So obviously this is stand the test of time for me and others. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave your comments below so that you can enter the contest. This is Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel. Cheers and peace out.